Yeah, okay. Like, hello guys. So today, like, why is mental health important? So, like, mental health is important for relatively like all students because, like, to live like a balanced life, like emotionally and like practically, if you consider it. So, especially for students because often like students tend to prepare. Like, I consider like a situation like in which students go to like high pressure. It's when like during their placements or like during their exams or like during the exams. So if you consider those students like tend to have a like a habit to prepare like one day before the exam as which like I do. So during those days, right, students tend to have a high build-up pressure as constraint of time. So during those times, like students usually build up that kind of pressure in their brain where they don't whether they miss their like sleeping cycle, so which means they don't get like enough sleep and stuff, so which means like they are mentally it gets like clogged or something like that, so which means like students don't get the actual like efficiency out of whatever they work for the whole night or like the whole day, as which I would personally recommend like working for the whole day is not actually important. Maybe like 4 hours of like constant work where you actually focus and then the rest you try to socialize. So for students it's very important because for students to perform better in either academics or either wherever they are or well in a situation to bring out those like I mean the idea that at least like the not the majority things of like the slight nuances and stuff. So they do have a good sleep and stuff like almost like 6 to 12 hours. So they are the people like who bring out those stuff that are more unique and more considered more prominent than all others. That's because they do have a good sleep. So which means like they do have a good flow in their brain and they do have a like a good mental what you call like efficient. Their brains do work much more efficiently. So they do. I mean like they don't act in a more weird way or like in a more like they act in a more like desired way, like rational and stuff. So like yeah, that's what I would recommend for students and like how to maintain a what you call like a balanced and like a healthy like mindset if I consider it. So it is that first of all like the one thing that I do which I would personally recommend is that socialize because network is your growth. So if you consider network, you try to networking as many people as you can because as being an international me over here, I try to network with like all people, like literally like all people. I mean like you must consider the people who are like good and bad. So you must have that intelligence to like which I would definitely like. I mean I know like most of you guys I mean does. So like so I try to socialize and networking so many people like trying to understand like how they live life because they are from different part of communities. So and like different part of like countries and stuff. So I try to understand like how they live lives, like how they balance, like how they come out, like because most of the students being international, I know that they do like hard working and stuff than the majority like staying back in the country. So I try to like connect with them, understand like what have they like done in their lives, how better they have performed and stuff. So I could like put all the things to like get and make my own decision out, which is much more like valid if I like if I consider. So the number one thing is just socialize, like talk to many people as you can. Yeah, and the second one that I will tell is the sleep cycle. Never miss the sleep cycle. Like trust me, I think like I messed up sleep cycle once or twice. Like I think I slept for like 2 hours for like straight 3 days, and at the end of third day, I had like some sort of like what do you call some sort of like I had some sense in my brain that my brain doesn't like didn't work well at that period of time because I couldn't think well or either bring out the decision which others like 1 out of 1 decision like for any idea it is. So I would say like maintain a balanced like sleep cycle. Maybe try to sleep like I know I mean like when you're in universities and stuff there is of course build up of pressure like assignments and stuff, but try to maintain at least a 6 to 7 hours of sleep cycle. I mean which they I mean like most of the online resources they recommend of 12 hours, but 12 hours is good, but because we as students in university our primitive goal is to like study all these 4 years. At the end our primitive goal is to get placed, right? So I mean academics do matter, but we do focus on other stuff like technicalities. So during those you study academics plus technicalities, so which means it takes so much of time. So which I would recommend sleeping for at least for 6 hours or maybe to 6 to 7 hours. That'd be better. The next I would what do you call recommend is like yeah, balance like healthy diet. Like try to get like a healthy and a nutritious diet, because I've seen people like without like healthy and like nutritious diet, they undergo like so many so many like health issues and stuff related to their brain because of like iron loss or something, like, because I've heard it like personally. So the one that I would recommend is like maintain like a healthy diet regularly. And one and foremost thing, if I in Amrita, is that you would know that they would recommend you yoga. You must have heard yoga for like thousands of time over here, like probably if you're in the first year. So yeah, I mean, like, you must have a wonder why they're teaching us yoga, but how is it related to our course curriculum or whatever the path that you're studying? So how it is important is that this yoga and stuff under deep meditation, they help your brain frequency, what you call, move at a, I think, alpha wave or something, so that makes your brain move at a like constant phase without any hitting like higher margins, which you get when you get like into like rage and stuff, like when you get into fights and stuff, because your brain doesn't work well. So which means like you try to get decisions that are so awkward and stuff that'll eventually put you in danger. So that's when, like, try to do meditation at least for like 30 minutes or something when you wake up early in the morning, because early in the morning is because a single change, like a 5-minute allocating it to an hour or like 30 minutes to specific yoga can like change the whole day, like the whole view of the like day. Because if you practice yoga, it'll change the like whole day, where it'll make your day much more productive. Like, trust me, I think I've done it like once or twice in my life, like since joining university. So they make your what you call life, I mean, like the whole day routine, they much more productive as it is, without requiring you to grind like the whole night. So then yeah, I mean, like, the important one of all this is like socialize. Socialize is like what I do. Like, try to socialize. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't stick to books. I mean, I do study, but not as much. I try to socialize, like, try to learn. Because even when you undergo like high stress and stuff, try to talk with people. Don't be like locked in a room. Like, try talking with people. Or when you see people like who are undergoing all this stuff, try approaching them. Try talking with them. Like, try to send them like 1 or 2 of these memes that doesn't even make sense, but still it makes them happy. So yeah, I mean, like, try to take them for a walk, like jog, like try to do exercise. Also, yeah, exercise is also very important, right? So I mean, like, it makes your what you call body much more strong and much more what you call in a more stable state as your mind. So because it's like self-esteem and stuff. So yeah, I mean, like, to conclude, I would say, like, as part of me in a hostel, if you see any of your friends, or maybe if you see any of your friends like undergoing through all these like trauma, I mean, like, yeah, trauma, like undergoing like huge like stress and stuff, like, try approaching them, like try talking with them, like a couple of words, like 1 or 2, like try to like what you call bring them back like to a stable state. And like, yeah, I mean, like, that's the only like the whole thing that I would like to conclude with. Thank you.